Olutalo mu Parliament olwaleero omubaka Lero Ssekikubo Agasimbaganye Sipiika Amongi yayise ekiragiro ng'agamba nti ekiteeso kye baateekebwako ekibakunganyiza emikono 186 bakanga baagala Mpuuga Mathias ne bakaminsona bagobwe ku bwa kaminsona olw'obubbi n'obuli bw'enguzi kati byo Sipiika yeekwese nga yebalama Ssekikubo ng'alemedde kutayibwa olwaleero nno Sipiika amaze n'avaayo n'ajja Ssekikubo olutuuse n'amutandikiramu naye ekiri mu Parliament mbaga mu mbaga ndaga nkutwale olabe omwana Ssekikubo nti n'ebintu bino atabikuba budinda ne Sipiika ekintu kimuzitoweredde.
Statutory authorities and state enterprises on the report of the Auditor General on the financial statements of Uganda Revenue Authority Corporate Services for the financial year ended 30th June 2023.
Yes, procedure.
Thank you very much, Right Honourable Speaker. Right Honourable Speaker, I raised on a point of procedure. As you might be aware, Right Honourable Speaker, I'm a lead petitioner of 186 members of this House, your House, who appended their signatures for the motion. Right Honourable Speaker, the motion was duly submitted through the clerk. A notice was issued, and according to the rules, at that point, it was self-executing, so that within 14 days, that matter could be on the order paper, and then it would be for the debate. We came to know of certain interventions. I rose on procedure, Honourable. I rose on procedure. I rose on procedure. I rose on
procedure. It is okay. You'll respond to what he says. Let him continue the procedure. You'll respond.
And I didn't expect Honourable Salirwa to jump up as well. Right Honourable Speaker, after the mandatory 14 days, we were made to know that there are certain interventions that happened where some individuals went to court, and indeed a copy of the ruling was made available. However, the procedural point we are raising, Right Honourable Speaker, in the correspondences that followed, we requested as petitioners to sever the areas that were considered res judicata. On top of that, Right Honourable Speaker, we expected that the matter would be placed on the order paper so that you may rule against us. We don't say that we must win this, but the matter had to be captured by the Hansard and put on the order paper, then you make a ruling. And Right Honourable Speaker, you can only rule while you are in chair, because that's where you derive your mandate over this august House. Right Honourable Speaker, the procedural point I'm raising is that having gone through all that, and a third of your members, even if they are unreasonable, even if they did not understand much, but there is a point of concern about corruption. They wanted that matter debated by this House. They wanted to have opportunity to remove the commissioners. On other grounds, leave alone the service award. On other grounds, misconduct is part of it. You have misbehavior, part of it. Incompetence, part of it. Irregular recruitment, part of it. And indeed, you have other matters that we took consideration of that involve.
Can you finish?
Yes, that was involving having fictitious trips made by some of the members of this House. Right, Honourable Speaker, are we procedural right for us to receive a letter purportedly giving a ruling, yet you've never sat in the chair, the matter has never been cause listed or put on the order paper, so that you rule on a matter which is captured by the Hansard? This matter was competently supported and supported by members of this House.
Okay, you're finished.
Are we proceeding right for us to receive a correspondence purporting to be a ruling, yet we know you've never sat in the chair to have the matter on the order paper, to have it captured by the Hansard, and even if at that point you rule against the motion, it would be fine. But this has never been, and therefore, what ruling was being made and on what is the matter I want to raise.
You're finished. Honorable Fox, Honorable Kiror, Honorable Basalira.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, over the last 1 month, I have attentively listened to my brother, the Honorable Ssekikubo, make the same submissions day in and day out. And Right Honorable Speaker, I think we owe this country a duty to stick to the rule of law. Right Honorable Speaker, the Honorable Ssekikubo says the matters he's raising has been a subject of contestation in court. He also says there's a judgment of court. Yeah, there's a judgment of court and an order of court. Right Honorable Speaker, the effect of a matter going to court is that it extinguishes the mandate of this institution to deal with it anymore. The effect of a court order is that every citizen, all and sundry, must respect it. Even when you do not agree with the court order, you have a duty to respect it. Court orders are issued in rem to all and sundry, to the world. They are not issued to persons, to individuals. The institution of Parliament is under duty to respect a court order, even when you have fundamental disagreements with the court order. And there's a method of dealing with court orders when you don't agree with them. You apply for revision, you apply for review, or you appeal. When you are not a party, you apply to be joined as a party. So the Honorable Ssekikubo is wasting a lot of parliamentary time. And Right Honorable Speaker, I beg that we put this matter to rest. I thank you.
Thank you, honorable members. Honorable members, I read the Hansard. Where the presiding officer handled this issue exhaustively. And the presiding officer made a ruling on this issue yesterday. I was watching. I've also read the Hansard, and we can still give the Hansard to our brother Sechi. And Sechi, I don't know why you should insist on this thing. You can have better ways of handling. And as I've told you, we are moving to we are late because of this kind of interruptions. Today, Honorable Segona has 10 reports from Kosase. 10 reports. So if we are going to do this, then we may not even finish work in this session. Honorable Kiro, you have something?
I want to thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, I want to agree with the submission of my land colleague, Honorable Fox. But very importantly, colleagues, when we set down the rules of procedure, these are handmaids of justice. They're supposed to help us, to guide us on how we can conduct business. I want to agree that one, there is a decision that has been made by the presiding officer in this House. However regular or irregular the decision can be, there's a decision that has been taken on that chair. But what is very important for us to note, Right Honorable Speaker, and I want to seek your indulgence in this, I want to help my senior colleague, Honorable Ssekikubo. Fortunately, At the time I was doing law school, I happened to be supervisor. So, Right Honourable Speaker, the combativeness that you see in Ssekikubo was partly what I taught him, but not to the level that he has now reached. But importantly, honourable colleagues, I want us to appreciate Rule 87 in our rules of procedure. And I want to read it verbatim. The decision of the Speaker or Chairperson on any point shall not be open to appeal and shall not be reviewed by the House. But I want us to lay more emphasis on this particular part, except upon a substantive motion made after notice. So if a decision has been made by the presiding officer and my senior colleague Ssekikubo, my student, I would want to use this platform to guide you that can we move by the second leave, by the second leave, and be able to, if they have an issue and they are still aggrieved with the decision of the presiding officer, they bring a substantive motion. And I think that would be in conformity with the rules. I beg to submit, Right Honourable Speaker.
Thank you so much, Chair of Kosasi. Can you...
I want to thank you, Right Honourable Speaker.
No.
No,
I have already ruled on that issue.
You've allowed
I ruled
members
on
to
that
raise my
issue.
name.
I ruled on the issue.
The Right Honourable Speaker. On this particular proceeding, would intervene one of...
Honourable Ssekikubo.
Yes. My name has been cited. You allowed members to cite my name.
No.
But on this particular one, you haven't given a ruling on the...
I gave a ruling. I gave a ruling that the presiding officer made a ruling on this, and we cannot move away from that ruling. Can we now go to...
thank you, Right Honourable Speaker. Right Honourable Speaker, I did...
Honourable Ssekikubo. Honourable Ssekikubo. The same respect I give you. The same respect I give you. Please. Can we move to the next item? Don't push me into a corner. Aliona, I will give you. You sit. You first sit. Yes. Honourable,
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker. Madam Speaker, yesterday I did lay the minutes of our proceedings in respect of this report, and as guided earlier, I will proceed to read the
thank you for your attention, Madam Speaker.
Just before you go on, Honourable Jonathan, as chairpersons of the committees and clerks of committees, I want you to be very vigilant next time. Very, very vigilant next time on the reports that are being brought in to the House. It portrays what kind of parliament we are, and it helps us. The next people who will come after us should be able to get something that is better. Yes.
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker. The guidance that I would require from you, and if it pleases you, you take time and give that guidance by way of a comprehensive ruling. The powers conferred upon the Speaker of Parliament, provided in the Constitution, is exercisable by two subsidiary legislations. The administration, the general administration of Parliament, where you exercise your power, is under the Administration of Parliaments Act. When you are exercising your power as the Speaker, the presiding officer, it is provided under the rules of Parliament. When you look at all the rules provided from one up to the end, all of them, you can only exercise that power when you are properly seated in this Parliament. If, for example, I require you, Madam Speaker, to approve a trip for me to go abroad, that power you'll exercise in your chambers and using the powers provided in the Administration of Parliaments Act. So the procedural matter I am raising is for you to guide whether some of the powers provided in the rules of procedure, which mentions the word Parliament, and when it says Parliament in the interpretation of the rules, it means Parliament seated in these chambers. And your rulings and guidance can only therefore come when we are in this chamber. And when you give those rulings, Madam Speaker, it forms part and parcel of the rules of procedure of this Parliament. So the procedural matter I'm requesting from you is, if you have already made a decision that the powers provided that you should make a decision from this house can be exercised in your chambers, then why do we members of Parliament be invited to come and sit in this chamber? Because, for example, if you are processing a bill, whether you, the Speaker, you like the bill or not, you must come and make the decision here. But if now the powers in the rules can be exercised in the chambers, then there is no business for MPs to come and sit here. The Speaker, you can exercise that and say, on issue A, I have replaced Parliament and this is my decision. So the procedural matter that I want you, Madam Speaker, to reflect on and guide this House, so that the members of Parliament, including myself, I can come and I know I am coming to Parliament to represent the people of Erute South, and that privilege cannot be impeached. Whether the Speaker likes or not, cannot be impeached. In relation to that, I will receive information later, Madam Speaker, is that there are so many decisions on motions, private members' bills, statements that have not seen the light of this House, and yet it should properly first be received and the decision made from this House. There are bills, there are statements, and so many others provided in the rules of procedure. Wouldn't it be now right for you to guide that either we disregard the set rules and we replace it with, I don't know, personal statements that you will be issuing every day, Madam Speaker, before the sitting, and say in today's sitting, these are the rules that I have set as the Speaker of Parliament. Wouldn't it proceed right to have that?
Thank you so much for raising a general concern, and we will give you guidance on that at an appropriate time. Yes, Honorable Ledger.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. I want just some clarification from on this matter. Right Honorable Speaker, looking at the definition of the word Speaker on our rules of procedure, the Speaker means the Speaker of Parliament and includes the Deputy Speaker. That's the definition of our rules of procedure. Yesterday, the Deputy Speaker made a ruling on the matter. I don't know whether it requires or the matter which the Honorable Ssekikubo and team had brought. And I guess that is what is referring to. That's what is referring to. So is it in procedural right with this definition to demand that to be repeated here?
Honorable members, don't drag Jonathan. Honorable members, I don't want anybody to drag Jonathan anywhere. I now open the debate for the report. Jessica.
Thank you so much, Right Honourable Speaker, for the opportunity. I want to thank the committee.
Ye Parliament andozo ulide Ssekikubo ensonga bazikubye ne speaking ngiribwa bizannyamu ebintu abikolera bweru amateeka nekyatamanyi kino one day kijja muhontinga one day kijja musula mu ntata one day ajja kisasulira akyabiyita byakusaaga kata kyalina obuyinza yeetwala nti wa kitalo najja kubuuzibwa akaana akataano byasalangawo nga tebiyise mu Parliament ettaka bemulagira ajja kubyanukula one day. Fe just tutweko abiri tutunule nona kwe rujja kutuuka ajja kubanga abyejjusa bye yakola era ajja kubanga abisasulira akolera Bampuuga kubanga gwali mulimo ogwa mutumwa General Museveni okutsanya ekibina kya National Platform ngayita mu Mathias Mpuuga ndola kuba basanga kyagulanya alaba kati akatebe bakatuulamu kati je emizanyo gye bazanya baleme kuswala nayo de baswala dda ensi yabategeera naye bakola byennyini byongera kubaswaza byongera kubalaga kike bali eri abantu mbagala nnyo mwenna abaliko mwe bali kubaako duna Uganda mu Gasta Fence abankuumire tujja kuba tuddamu banange mweraba.